And again, welcome back to the Manly Lifestyles series here. This is Kevin Manley. I'm your host. Glad again to have you back. If you've been tuning in, we are talking about wisdom, and we've been diving into this topic here, both defining it and then identifying where it comes from. And now we'll begin to go to the next step here. But before I do that, I do want to again implore you, find your voice. This is the time, this is the season that God wants young men and older men to find our voices. It is so important that we understand in this hour, men have to find our voices. It is so important. We cannot just simply gloss it over and go on to the next thing. Men have to find their voices. This is the time. This is the season that God has placed for men to rise up with strong voices, to speak the truth in love, to walk in wisdom and not walk in folly and ignorance, but to walk in wisdom. And there's a way of doing that. If we understand it, we can walk the way God intends for us to walk, and your life will be blessed. Your family's life will be blessed. All these things will be blessed if you employ this in your life. So we're going to jump into this here. This is the third part, the third installment of the series on wisdom. And here we're going to talk about the wisdom of older men. First, we spoke about the definition of wisdom. We then spoke about where wisdom comes from. One of the primary channels that God uses for wisdom to be dispensed into the earth, for generations, for men to get that, is older men. Very important. Again, there's many ways that God can get wisdom to you, but one of the main ways he does that is through older men. So that being said, I want to identify just some of the traits, some of the positives, some of the qualities of men who have gone through certain things and who have acquired wisdom or life experience that can speak truth. So I'll identify some things here, but I want you to key in on this because, again, it's important that you not just say, okay, well, older men. No, I want to highlight the benefits and the qualities of these older men and what they possess, so you understand more of the value that they carry and what that can do for your life. Okay, so a few key things here. So older men have gone down the same path. You heard it. You may have heard this many times. Older men have gone down oftentimes the same path that you have gone down. They've made the same mistakes. They've walked into the same walls. They've had some of the same successes, but either way, they have tread the path. The path that you're on has already been tread by someone. Please hear that. That's very true. As a young man, oftentimes we feel that we're charting a new path, and that can be true to an extent. You may be charting a new path for your family, something that maybe you're going to university and no one else in your family has gone to university. Maybe you're going to a new job or new industry and no one in your family has done that. To an extent, yes, you are going down a new path, but I need you to understand that path has been trodden down. Someone has gone down that path, and because of that, that can be an opportunity for you to receive input, to receive wisdom. So very key. I don't care what you think you're doing, who you think you are, how brand new you think you are in your new Jordans. You have to realize that the path that you are on has been trodden. Therefore, it is incumbent upon you to make the decision of how you are going to walk. You don't have the option to say, well, I didn't know. You do have the option to say, I'm going to choose wisdom to guide me along my path. And if you do that, you can avoid many of the obstacles and the downfalls that unfortunately a lot of men fall into. So very key, understanding that path has been trodden down. You want to go into the corporate arena. You want to go into teaching. You want to go to be a professor. You want to go and play sports. That path has been trodden down. And so you have to understand, I have to pursue wisdom. I have to pursue older men because they've gone down the path. Many of these older men have learned lessons that you haven't learned yet. You may be 18, 19, 20 years old. You may be 24, 25. You may be 34, 35. They have learned lessons that you have not learned yet. So that makes an opportunity for a decision. I can either learn that now and allow it to benefit me, Or I can go through that path and run into the same issues that they had, waste time, and then find it out 10 years down the road. Why would I do that when I could learn it now and it benefit me now, and I can avoid those same pitfalls? I can tell you I've done that great sometimes. Sometimes I've done that poorly. Sometimes I want to do it my own way. Sometimes I do want to listen to wisdom. We all have that back and forth. We've done that throughout our lives. I can say that I've done that. But it's very important that we understand that we have to make that decision to allow wisdom to come into our sphere. Now, many of the older men have made the mistakes that you haven't made yet. They've made the mistakes. They've messed up with the woman. They got connected with the wrong woman, and it brought discord. It brought destruction into their lives. So they'll say, hey, don't go down this path. Don't go with that one woman. No, leave her. Get away. Don't do it. That's one thing that's a benefit to you of an older man who can see. And I'll really say this, it's important that you walk amongst older men because they can see your tendencies. They can see how you are. Even when you don't see it, it can be safety to you because they can say, hey, young man, don't do that. Or don't get connected with her. Leave her alone. Right? That's one of the benefits of it. So you have to be able to have older men in your life that can speak in that way. Now, older men have gained success in areas where you have not yet gained success in. So they can speak on how to gain that success. They can tell you, go left, go right, stop, allow this to take place, and then you can move forward. That's extremely important because you can cause destruction in your life. I can say it firsthand. I've been there where I had a very important opportunity and I could have brought destruction to my life and to my family. But because I allowed wisdom to take place in my life, thank God I was able to avoid it and bring into or go into an area of success because I allowed that wisdom to come in. Because again, some men have gained success. And if you're looking for success, not for the sake of success, but wanting to do what God has called you to do, wanting to do the right things in your life, when you are pursuing that, this is how things can come in because you allowed older men who understand success. And older men have learned what to do and what not to do in many different areas of life. So you have to have that. Why not go after that and understand what the things are you should do and what things are you should not do? And last thing I'll say is that men are a stabilizing force in society. It will bring stability into your life. I'm telling you, if you will allow older men into your life to speak, it will bring stability where there was instability. You want that in your life, stability, and it comes as older men begin to rise up and speak. There's different examples out there. You can look at a herd of elephants. Some of you may have heard these types of stories where if the older bull male elephants are gone out of the circle of elephants, the young ones run wild. They run wild. But when you introduce an older male elephant back into that herd, they begin to bring stability. They bring stability. You have to have stability. And that comes as men take our rightful place amongst society. So please digest these things. Allow it to become truth to you. Don't run away from it. Don't walk away from it. Don't just listen and move on to the next thing. But ask yourself, who is in my life? What older man have I invited into my life? And how has it benefited me? How has it put me in a place where I'm able to walk in the way I should be walking? How has it allowed and enabled me to avoid many of the situations that I need to avoid? That's where you want to be, is that it's benefiting you to have older men, older wise men in your life. So guys, I bless you. We'll go on to the next topic here, but and really digest this week and allow it to become true to you, and we'll go from there.